Hello dear students, I am here with story writing. This topic relates to the writing section of your question paper, and this topic is equally important for the classes 7th and 8th. Both the classes are having this topic in their suppletive of syllabus in these months. Okay, so let's discuss a new topic probably for class 7th. You might have written stories earlier like Thirsty Crow, Greedy Dog, but they were a different kind, and here you have to write the story, but you will be given hints. You will be given an outline of the story, or maybe a picture would have been given, and you have to develop the story out of those hints or outline or the picture. Okay, so how is it to be done? Let's discuss. But first of all, let's talk about this topic. What is story writing? Story writing is an art. It is the oldest form of written composition. It is a work of imagination that is written in easily understandable grammatical structure. A short story is meant to be read in a single sitting, and therefore it should be as direct and brief as possible. So story writing actually is an art. It's a skill. You should have the power of narration. It is the oldest form of written composition. And imagination is also required to write a story. And it should be written in an understandable, and that is easily understandable grammatical structure. It is short stories read in a single setting, therefore it should be direct and to the point, and it should be brief. To write a good story, the writer needs to have a clear plot in his mind. Now, plot word is new for you. Plot here does not mean a piece of land, but plot means systematic arrangement of incidents in the story. Systematic arrangement of the incidents. Whatever incidents occur in the story, they are to be arranged systematically, coherently. That is plot. And the writer should have plot in his mind before preparing the final draft. The events need to be arranged in a sequential manner. This is what I told you. They are to be written in a coherent manner, in a sequence. Okay, incidents or the events are to be arranged in a sequence. Then there should be some interesting twists and surprise elements in the story in order to make it interesting. Next, key elements for story. A short story has 5 key elements, and these are characters, setting, plot, conflict, theme. Probably these elements are not very much required for you while you will be writing a story as per your suppletive of syllabus, but still you should know the elements of the story. Characters means the story has a few characters. You have to mention those characters in the story. Sometimes it is about the animals, sometimes it is about some farmer, sometimes it is about some child, okay, and his family and his parents, about some farmer and his family, his sons, okay. So these are the characters. Setting. Time frame and place constitute setting of the short stories. Means you have to tell the time, at what time that happened, and what was the place, okay, where did that happen. So time and place, they make the setting of the story. Means you have to tell when did that happen, in the morning, in the evening, in 1947, when, and the place where that had happened. And these things are the setting. We have to tell where the scene is taking place. Place and time is to be mentioned. That makes the setting. Plot, I already told you. Plot is systematic arrangement of incidents. As simple as interesting as possible it should be. Conflict. Let me tell you, dear students, this plot, if the plot is wrong, then the story will not be praised. Okay, it will not be liked by the reader. So plot is very much important in the story. Then the conflict. It is a struggle between two sides of the theme of the story. Conflict can be between characters, emotions, beliefs, or thoughts. It gives life to short stories. So that is probably you won't be going to deal with the conflict in your stories, but still you should know that is conflict is the struggle between two sides of theme of the story. Okay, good and bad angels. Between good and bad, you may differentiate. Or sometime there might be some struggle between the characters, or it may be struggle about the emotions or the beliefs or the thoughts. Okay, then the theme is the most important thing. The central idea or the main belief of the story is theme. Every word of the story should be written related to the theme. If you have been given a theme, then you have to narrate the story on the basis of that only. Suppose it is about the discipline, then you have to talk about the discipline only. You cannot talk about the environment there. Okay, and if environment is the theme, then you have to frame a story about the environment, about the importance. Okay, keeping in mind, and there you cannot take up any other central idea. So every word of the story should be written related to the theme. As a student, you will either be given opening lines in the question. Okay, as a student, you will either be given opening lines or an outline of the plot. You will be required to build the outline or the theme provided. You have to frame the story out of that outline into a full-fledged story. You should try to make it as interesting as possible. Salient features of a good story. Features are: developing and writing a good story requires the art of narration. I had already told you in the beginning that you should have the art of narration. You should know how to narrate the stories, and you should have imagination too. You have to narrate the incidents in a sequential order leading to the final conclusion, and that is to be concluded also at the end. If your incidents are not concluded, then the story will remain incomplete. Okay, and that will not be liked by the reader. That will be incomplete story. You have to follow the basic theme as given in the input of the outline. So you will be, I told you, outline may be there, picture may be there, some hints may be there. You have to follow them. That will be the basic theme, and you have to prepare the story out of that input in the outline. Within the given limits, students are left with enough space to show their creative talent. So that is the limit for you, means the outline, the hints will be the limits for you, and in that, when you will be writing the story, you are given a lot of liberty, space. You can show your creativity then after that. The beginning and concluding lines must support the main part of events described in the story. Okay, and confine your word limit to 150 to 200 words. Yes, for junior classes it may be from 120 to 150 words. Okay, and in the senior classes it is 150 to 200 words. So the students of 7th, you may be asked to write in 100 to 120 words, or 120 to 150 words. In the same case, for class 8, from 120 to 150 words, you have to give the word limit while writing a story. Things to remember. Now, story is an account of incidents, it is an account of events, it is an account of people, and this account narrates what happened, why happened, and what moral it gives. Okay, you have to mention moral also. The story is written in the sequence based on the outline already discussed. It is oftenly written in the past tense. Okay, it is oftenly written in the past tense. Be careful about the use of tense. Heading, title is written in the middle at the top. It is necessary for you to mention the heading or the title at the top. When you will be writing the heading, then after you will start writing the story. After leaving one line space, start writing the story. It may be in more than one paragraph. Okay, your story may be in more than one paragraph also. And when you have concluded, write now about the main body of the story, mean the story. What you have to do, you have to write short, effective and grammatically correct sentences with correct spellings and neat and clean writing. Is it clear to all? So very first you have to write the title or heading at the top, then one line space, and then you have to start writing the story. And while writing the story, you have to write short, effective and grammatically correct sentences with correct spellings and neat and clean writing. Leaving one line when your story is over, when you have completed it, leaving one line after the main body of the story is complete, write the moral of the story. Most oftenly students, they forget and they don't write the moral of the story. It is necessary for us to write the moral of the story. Okay, so this was all about the story writing, things to remember, and what is story writing. And here is now classwork. Let's begin with the classwork. So because this is the lesson which is important for both the classes, class 7th and 8th, so I have discussed it together for both the classes, but the homework and the class work is different for both the classes. So first of all, it is about the classwork for class 7th. It will not be done by class 8th. Class 7 students, please pay attention. A shepherd, then the blanks, looked after a flock of sheep, cried wolf for fun, then blank. Neighbors gathered in large number, blank. Wolf, the boy laughed at them, blank. One day wolf really came, blank. The boy cried for help, then dash dash dash. Neighbors did not believe him, then again blank. The wolf killed the boy and his sheep. And then you have to write the moral. Dear student, this is the question. Now most of the time I have observed that the students, they think that these are fill in the blanks and they have to fill in one word in each blank and the story will be complete. No, they are wrong. These are merely hints. Okay, outline has been given. Out of these hints of the outline, you have to write your own sentences. And then the story will be complete. Now you have to understand what is this story about? What may it be about? Like here a shepherd boy is being talked about, and he was having a flock of sheep, and he used to cry wolf wolf for fun. Then the neighbors gathered in large number, means the neighbors would have come to help him. Okay. And whenever they came, boy used to laugh at them. It was a game of fun for him. In this way, people, they started ignoring him. One day, wolf really came. Boy cried for help, but that time neighbors did not came because they thought that he is making fun. And in this way, wolf killed the boy and his sheep. You might have understood now how. Now this is the basic outline. You have to develop it into a complete story. So that will be like this. At the top you have to mention the title or heading. As here it has been mentioned. The title will be The Shepherd Boy and the Wolf. And here is the story. A shepherd boy looked after a flock of sheep. You may also write, once upon a time there was a shepherd, boy shepherd, and he had a flock of sheep. One day he wished to have some fun, so he shouted, "Wolf, wolf, help, help." So one day this mischievous idea came to his mind that he should make fun, have some fun. So he started shouting, "Wolf, wolf, help, help." You can write in this way also. Okay, you are given full liberty, but you should not go away from the main outline, and your sentences should be grammatically correct. Okay. All the men working in the field, hearing the boy's shouts, they came running up with sticks in their hands to drive the wolf away. "Where is the wolf?" they asked. They said, "There's no wolf," said the boy. "I called out for fun." "What fun it was to see you all running up for nothing," the villagers said. The men were very angry that the boy had played a trick. One day, however, the wolf did really come. The boy shouted, "Wolf, wolf," but the neighbors did not believe him. They thought he was simply calling out for fun, so they did not come to the boy's help. The wolf killed the boy and his sheep. This was the complete story. You have to do your work in this way, and not to fill in the blanks. Okay, and then at last you have to, after leaving the one line space, you have to write the moral, and the moral is, once a liar, always a liar. So this is the work for class 7th. Now class work for 8th. Develop story from given outline. Remember to give the moral of the story in the end. An old lady becomes blind, calls in a doctor, agrees to pay large fees if cured. Doctor comes daily, starts stealing one piece of furniture daily, delays the cure, at last cures her, demands his fees. Lady refuses to pay, saying cure is not complete. Doctor objects. Lady says sight not restored as she cannot see all her furniture. I think this is clear. Outline is clear. And now it is your work to frame a story out of these hints in the outline, as well as you have to write the moral. Class 8th, this is your work. Now let's see how it is to be done. The title will be The Missing Furniture, and the story goes like this. Your content may be different from this, but main theme will remain the same. There was once an old lady. She meets with an accident and loses her eyesight. She becomes very upset and calls in the most qualified surgeon in the town to treat her. She promises to pay a large amount of fees to the surgeon if he is able to restore her eyesight. The surgeon visits the old lady every day and gives her some medicines. He takes advantage of the fact that she is blind and cannot see anything. He starts stealing pieces of expensive furniture from the house. He takes away one piece every day. For this purpose, he delays the cure. When he takes away all the furniture from the house, he restores the eyesight of the lady. When he asks for the fees, the old lady refuses to pay him. She says that her eyesight is not yet fully restored. The surgeon disagrees. The lady plainly replies that she is not able to see the furniture in the house, which means that her eyesight has not been restored. The doctor feels ashamed and quietly leaves the house. Okay, in this way you have to frame the story, and then at last, moral: God watches our every action. That is the moral of the story. So this was for class 8th. Now, dear students, note down the homework for both the classes. It is different. Here is homework for class 7th. And class 8th, if want, they may attend it too. And in the same way, if class 7 students want to attend the homework of 8th, they can do it. Otherwise, separate homework has been given to both the classes by me. So, there are 3 outlines of 3 stories for class 7th. One we have discussed. You have to note that down in your notebook, as well as these 3 stories. So this is question number 1. It's about a crow. Second is about a boy falls in a bad company. Third is about an old peasant, means farmer. All his sons lazy like. Okay, these are 3 stories. While pausing the screen, you have to note down the outline and then you have to prepare the stories out of these outlines. Okay, dear students, and this is the homework for class 8th. For class 8th, there are 4 stories I have given in the form of homework, as well as 1 story we discussed in the class. Okay, now so total 5 stories to be written in notebook by class 8th. So while pausing the screen, you may note down the questions and then you have to develop these outlines into complete stories. This was first and second, and here is third and fourth story. Okay, elephant in a village, and second is famine in a village. Okay, pausing the screen, you may note down your outlines for the stories. I hope you might have understood what is to be done. Everybody is advised not to fill in the blanks, rather to develop these hints into complete sentences and use your own imagination and narrate the story in your own words, keeping in mind the given theme in the outline. Okay, and if you find any problem, you may make a call to me. Okay, till then, stay good, stay safe, stay healthy, and be indoors. Thank you very much. It was your teacher Narendra Kumar, PZ English, KB Naleti. Thank you very much.